Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Scale Podcast, where you can improve your English through practical and engaging conversations. I'm Suzie.
And I'm Tom. It's great to have you here with us today.
Today's topic is extremely useful for anyone learning English.
That's right. Today we're talking about how to ask for and give directions in English,
This is one of those skills that can be helpful almost anywhere.
especially when you're traveling,
Visiting a new city,
exploring a new neighborhood,
or simply trying to find the nearest coffee shop.
which is a very important destination for some people.
Are you talking about yourself?
Possibly.
I suspected that.
Before we begin, let's ask our listeners a question.
Have you ever been lost in a place where you didn't speak the local language?
That's a stressful experience.
It certainly can be.
You're looking around,
Checking your phone,
looking at street signs.
and somehow becoming even more confused.
That's usually how it happens.
Fortunately, knowing a few useful English phrases can make things much easier.
Exactly.
Let's start with the most important question.
How do you ask for directions in English?
One of the most common ways is, "Excuse me, could you help me?"
That's polite and friendly.
Then you can ask, "How do I get to the train station?"
Or, could you tell me how to get to the museum?
Or even, "Where is the nearest bank?"
These are excellent phrases to remember.
Let's teach an important vocabulary word.
The word is directions.
Directions are instructions that tell someone how to get from one place to another.
For example, could you give me directions to the airport?
Or, the receptionist gave us directions to the hotel.
I think many English learners worry about asking strangers for help.
That's understandable.
But most people are happy to help if you're polite.
Exactly.
A simple, "excuse me," can make a big difference.
That's one of the most useful phrases in English.
Definitely.
Now let's imagine a situation.
Okay.
You're visiting London.
Nice.
You want to find the nearest subway station.
What would you say?
I might say, "Excuse me, where is the nearest subway station?"
That's perfect, simple and clear.
Then the other person might respond with directions.
Which brings us to another important topic.
Giving directions. Exactly.
Let's start with one of the most common phrases.
The phrase is "go straight."
Very useful.
Go straight means continue moving forward without turning.
For example, go straight for 2 blocks.
Or keep going straight until you see the traffic lights.
Let's teach another useful word.
The word is block.
A block is the distance between 2 streets in a city.
For example, the restaurant is 3 blocks away.
Or walk 1 block and turn right.
Speaking of turning, that's another essential direction word.
Absolutely.
Turn right.
Turn left.
Simple but important.
For example, turn right at the next intersection.
Or turn left after the supermarket.
Let's teach another useful word.
The word is intersection.
An intersection is a place where 2 or more roads meet.
For example, turn left at the intersection.
Or, there was heavy traffic at the intersection.
You know, directions can sometimes become very confusing,
That's definitely true.
especially when people give too much information.
I know exactly what you mean.
Have you ever asked someone for directions and received a 10-minute explanation?
Yes,
And after 2 minutes, you were completely lost?
absolutely.
Sometimes simple directions are the best directions.
I couldn't agree more.
Another common phrase is, "It's on your right."
Or, it's on your left.
These phrases help people locate a place once they're close.
For example, the pharmacy is on your right.
Or the bookstore is on your left.
Let's talk about landmarks.
Good idea.
Landmarks make directions much easier to understand.
Let's teach the word.
A landmark is a well-known object or place that helps people identify a location.
For example, the museum is next to a famous landmark.
Or use the church as a landmark.
People often use landmarks when giving directions.
Exactly.
They might say, "It's next to the library."
or it's across from the park.
Let's teach another useful phrase,
The phrase is across from.
which means on the opposite side of something.
For example, the bank is across from the hotel.
Or the cafe is across from the post office.
That's much easier to understand than a complicated explanation.
Definitely.
Another useful phrase is next to.
Which means beside something.
For example, the restaurant is next to the cinema.
Or the bus stop is next to the supermarket.
I think visual directions are often easier to remember.
Me too.
That's why landmarks can be so helpful.
Another phrase you'll hear frequently is keep going.
That's a simple but useful expression.
It means continue moving in the same direction.
For example, keep going until you see a bridge.
Or keep going for about 5 minutes.
So far, we've covered asking for directions and some basic ways to give them.
And we've already learned several useful expressions.
Exactly.
The good news is that most directions in English use the same basic vocabulary.
Which makes them easier to learn than many people expect.
And once you know these phrases, you'll feel much more confident navigating English-speaking places.
Whether you're traveling abroad or simply practicing English conversations.
That's a valuable skill for any English learner. Now that we've covered some basic directions, let's look at a few situations that travelers often experience.
Good idea.
Imagine you're visiting a new city and looking for a restaurant.
Okay.
You stop someone on the street and ask, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the nearest restaurant is?"
That's a very natural question.
And the person might respond, "Go straight for 2 blocks and turn left."
Then they might add, it's next to a large bookstore.
Notice how they used both directions and a landmark.
That's often the easiest way to explain a location.
Let's teach another useful phrase.
The phrase is around the corner.
Around the corner means very close, usually after a turn.
For example, the cafe is just around the corner.
Or, the bank is around the corner from the pharmacy.
That's a phrase you'll hear quite often.
Definitely.
Another useful phrase is at the end of the street.
For example, the hotel is at the end of the street.
Or turn right and you'll see it at the end of the street.
Directions often become easier when people break them into simple steps.
That's true,
Instead of giving 10 instructions at once,
which can be overwhelming.
especially for someone learning English.
Exactly.
Have you ever gotten lost while following directions?
More times than I'd like to admit.
Really?
Absolutely.
What happened?
Once I confused left and right.
Oh no.
Someone told me to turn left.
And you turned right?
Exactly.
How far did you go?
Far enough to realize something was wrong.
That's unfortunate.
It was, but it taught me an important lesson.
What's that?
Always pay attention when someone says left or right.
That's excellent advice.
Thank you.
Let's teach another useful word.
The word is route.
A route is the way or path from one place to another.
For example, this is the fastest route to the airport.
Or, we took a different route home.
Nowadays, many people use navigation apps,
That's true,
but it's still important to understand directions,
especially if your phone battery dies.
or if you don't have internet access.
That's happened to me before.
Me too.
Suddenly, those direction skills become very important.
Exactly.
Another phrase people often hear is, take the first left.
Or take the second right.
These instructions tell you which turn to take.
For example, take the second right after the traffic lights.
Or, take the first left and continue straight.
Speaking of traffic lights, they're often used as landmarks too.
Good point.
Someone might say, turn left at the traffic lights.
Or, go straight until you reach the traffic lights.
These are very common expressions.
Let's teach another useful phrase.
The phrase is between.
Between means in the middle of two things.
For example, the pharmacy is between the bank and the supermarket.
Or, the restaurant is between two tall buildings.
That's a very helpful way to describe locations.
Definitely.
Another common phrase is opposite.
Similar to across from.
Exactly.
For example, the hotel is opposite the train station.
Or the post office is opposite the museum.
Let's imagine another situation.
Okay.
You're in a shopping district and looking for a bookstore.
What would you ask?
I might say, "Excuse me, is there a bookstore near here?"
That's very natural.
Then the person might reply, "Yes, there's one about 5 minutes away."
That's another useful expression,
About 5 minutes away.
meaning the distance can be reached in approximately 5 minutes.
People often describe locations using time rather than distance,
That's true.
especially when walking.
Someone might say, it's 10 minutes from here.
Or, "It's only a short walk."
Let's teach another useful phrase.
The phrase is a short walk.
A short walk means a nearby location that can be reached quickly on foot.
For example, the station is just a short walk away.
Or the restaurant is only a short walk from here.
One challenge for English learners is understanding directions when people speak quickly.
That's true.
Native speakers sometimes give directions very fast.
And they may use several landmarks at once.
That's why it's important to know how to ask for clarification.
Excellent point.
Let's teach a very useful phrase.
The phrase is, could you repeat that, please?
For example, "Sorry, could you repeat that, please?"
Or, could you say that again?
Those phrases can be extremely helpful.
Definitely.
Another useful question is, "Could you speak a little more slowly?"
That's a phrase every language learner should know.
I agree.
Most people are happy to slow down if you ask politely.
And that's much better than pretending you understood.
Very true.
Because pretending often leads to getting lost.
Which is exactly what we're trying to avoid.
Fortunately, the more you practice these expressions, the easier they become.
And before long, you'll be able to ask for and give directions with confidence.
That's a valuable skill, whether you're traveling, studying, or simply having conversations in English.
Absolutely.
You know, after talking about directions for a while, I've realized something.
What's that?
Asking for directions is not really about language.
Interesting. Explain.
It's about communication.
That's true.
Even if your English isn't perfect, people can usually understand you.
Especially if you're polite and clear.
Exactly.
Most people appreciate the effort.
And many people genuinely enjoy helping visitors.
That's been my experience too.
Let's imagine another common situation.
Okay.
You're at a train station.
A place where many people need directions.
Definitely.
What would you ask if you couldn't find your platform?
I might say, "Excuse me, could you tell me where platform 5 is?"
That's simple and natural.
Then someone might respond, "Go up the stairs and turn right."
That reminds me.
What?
We haven't talked about stairs yet.
Good point.
Let's teach some useful location words.
The phrase is "go upstairs."
Go upstairs means move to a higher floor using stairs or an elevator.
For example, the office is upstairs.
Or go upstairs and turn left.
The opposite is go downstairs.
For example, the restrooms are downstairs.
Or go downstairs and follow the signs.
Those phrases are very useful in large buildings,
Airports.
shopping malls,
Hotels.
train stations.
Exactly.
Another useful word is entrance.
Good choice.
An entrance is a place where people enter a building or area.
For example, the entrance is next to the parking lot.
Or meet me at the main entrance,
And of course, there's the word exit.
which means a way out.
For example, the exit is on your left.
Or follow the signs to the exit.
Speaking of signs, they're very helpful when you're navigating a new place.
Definitely.
Sometimes the best directions come from signs rather than people.
Especially in airports.
That's true.
Airports often have signs everywhere.
And somehow, people still get lost.
That's very true.
I once spent 15 minutes walking in the wrong direction at an airport.
Really?
Yes,
What happened?
I followed a sign without reading it carefully.
That's never a good idea.
I eventually arrived at a completely different terminal.
At least you got some exercise.
That's one way to look at it. Let's teach another useful phrase.
The phrase is on the corner.
The phrase on the corner means located where two streets meet.
For example, the pharmacy is on the corner.
Or, there's a coffee shop on the corner of King Street and Main Street.
That's a phrase you'll hear often.
Especially in cities.
Another useful expression is nearby.
Nearby means close to your current location.
For example, is there a hotel nearby?
Or, there are several restaurants nearby. That's a great word because it's simple and flexible.
I agree.
Now let's talk about what to do when you don't understand directions.
That's an important topic.
Many learners feel embarrassed.
But they shouldn't.
Exactly.
It's completely normal to ask questions.
Let's teach a useful phrase.
The phrase is, "Could you show me on the map?"
That's extremely helpful.
For example, "Sorry, could you show me on the map?"
Visual information can make directions much easier to understand.
Definitely.
Another useful phrase is, "Am I going the right way?"
That's a great question to ask when you're unsure.
For example, "Excuse me, am I going the right way to the station?"
Or, "Am I heading in the right direction?"
Those questions can save a lot of time.
And a lot of walking.
Especially a lot of walking.
One thing I love about directions is that they create opportunities for conversation.
That's true.
Sometimes a simple question leads to a friendly interaction.
People might recommend places to visit,
Restaurants to try.
attractions to see.
Local tips that you wouldn't find online.
That's one of the fun parts of traveling.
Absolutely.
Before we finish, let's do some speaking practice.
As always, try answering these questions out loud.
First question, have you ever gotten lost in a new city?
Second question, how would you ask someone for directions in English?
Third question, what landmarks are near your home?
Fourth question, what is the most confusing place you've ever visited?
Fifth question, do you prefer asking people for directions or using a navigation app?
These questions are excellent for improving your speaking skills and building confidence.
Before we end, let's review today's vocabulary.
We talked about directions, block, intersection, landmark, route, entrance, exit, nearby, and several useful location phrases.
We also learned expressions such as go straight, turn left, turn right, across from, next to, between, opposite, around the corner, and on the corner.
We practiced useful questions like, how do I get to?
Could you tell me where?
Could you repeat that, please?
And am I going the right way?
Most importantly, we learned that asking for directions doesn't have to be stressful.
A few simple phrases can help you navigate confidently.
Whether you're visiting a new country,
Exploring a new city,
or simply practicing your English.
the more you use these expressions, the more natural they will become.
And that's our question of the day. What is the most memorable place you've ever had trouble finding?
Write your answer in the comments. You can begin your sentence like this. I got lost when I was trying to find.
We'd love to hear your stories.
Keep learning,
Keep practicing.
keep exploring.
And remember, if you're ever lost, don't be afraid to ask for directions.
Most people are happy to help.
Thanks for listening to English Scale Podcast.
We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Take care and safe travels.